Right, today's victim for servicing is a set of Marzocchi XC600 ATA 2s, and they're quite new, but the rebound is not working on them, so we're going to take them apart and have a look. So first things first, pull out the TST2 control knob, put that safe in a plastic bucket. And then we got the 27mm socket to undo the top of the stanchion. So that's that going. On the other side we got the ATA adjuster, that's the travel adjuster. That should just pull out as well. Just wiggle it. And then it comes off, and then it's the standard Shimano cassette tool will fit in there and undo that. Right, so I'm undoing the top cap. This is on the rebound side, so out comes the rebound assembly. No oil in there. Okay. There's an air valve on the bottom of this fork, so I'll just make sure there's no air in there either, just in case before I undo the cap. So the air out. So here's the Shimano cassette tool. That fits in there, hopefully. Yeah. We'll undo that. Bit difficult when handled. Oh, not exactly tight. That comes undone. And there it is out to the top of the fork. So now we go to undo the nuts at the bottom here to get the damper rod out. So on this fork is a 12mm socket. Get that on there nice and snugly. I'm going to have to use two hands, hold on. So we are undoing the top. And it's going up in the bottom. Might get some oil out now. And it finally comes out. And there's the oil. Only a little splash. And there's the air sleeve. So that's out. I can see now what the fault is with the fork. Now I've pushed the fork leg up fully, because I got the spring, the air spring assembly out that side. I can see there's a threaded sleeve in there with the oil inside it for the damping, and that's unscrewed from the top housing of the damper rod. Therefore the oil's splashed everywhere, and the oil isn't going past the shims, so that's all it is. So that should be an easy repair. Just put it back together and perhaps put a spot of Loctite on there if it undoes. Okay, I'm going to tip the oil out of the shock now. Not that it appears to be much in there now. Right, turn the forks upside down so it's easy to get at this knob on the bottom, the rebound adjuster. So I'm assuming that pulls off, which it does. And then we've got another 12mm nut in there to undo. I found you had to turn it with a spanner and hold your finger up in here to hold the cartridge, stop it turning and it undoes then. So just get that apart. So the nut is off, and out comes a rebound cartridge with all the oil that's dribbled out into the bottom of it. And there you can see the problem, it's just unscrewed there. So there we've got two sides of the shock. That's the air adapter, and the air cylinder is in there to give the spring. And there's the rod that connects it to the top of the fork. And then this is the rebound side, so the adjuster is on the bottom, and then that's filled with oil. And there's the shim stack, which slides in there, which would come unscrewed. I just ease that in, and it pushes down and screws in there, and it's all just unscrewed from there. That's all that's wrong with it. Oh, that's a quick repair. Just go and see how much oil goes in it now. So as with all Marzocchis, when you've undone the two nuts on the bottom, which are captive in this fork because they've got rubber O-rings in them, you can then pull the sliders right off, just to check the seals and the stanchions. They should be alright, because there's a little bit of muck in there. Give those a wipe out. But that's it. Well, I just look on Windwave's website on the computer, and XC600 ATA to 100 to 140mm travel have 50mm in the left leg and 20mm, I think it is, in the right leg. Yeah. And 7.5 weight suspension fluid, as there always is. Right, I'm emptying the rebound cartridge, so I've taken the thing off, and then you push the damper rod in and out a few times, and all the oil comes out into the pan. So fill that up with oil first and go from there. Right, in goes the 50cc of oil. Doesn't seem very much to me, but we'll see how it goes. And then you put the shim stack in for the TST control. Make sure we do that up enough now so it doesn't undo like it did last time. Well, they're telling you the wrong amount of oil on the website, because with that amount of oil in there, I don't know if you can see down there, the oil is a very long way down, and the top TST travel control doesn't work. And there's a big amount of air in there. So I'm going to put some more oil in. Now, on the RockShox I've serviced with this type of cartridge, you normally fill it full and try and avoid getting any air bubbles in, so let's see if that works. Right, to get it working a bit better, I've had to push the bottom damper rod up and down a few times to get all the air out of the system and keep topping it up until there's no air bubbles. So I'm just going to screw it back together now and see if that works. Anyway, a bit of playing around with the oil levels. I've got it so that it works nicely full range, lockout works, and the rebound works. So just got to tighten that there and put it back together.